What's up, guys? How's it going? I hope your Thanksgiving was good and you had a good time out there and, had a safe time and got your bellies full. However, it's back to business, guys. Our country is still in a raging ball of fire, and if you don't see this ghoul on the screen, you know why it's a big ball of fire. But I like to point out that we had an election in Tennessee, the 7th district. When I say we, I don't live in Tennessee. However, I am an American and I do keep up with the elections across this nation. Way more so now, given our authoritarian, turn. So that being said, what makes this special is even though the Republican kept this heat, which was expected, the Democrat closed the gap pretty crazily, thus really pointing out that even in a ruby red place like the 7th district in Tennessee, people are starving for something different, something with, policy, and Republicans have always really lacked policy. Trump really carried that across the finish line for them by just barking out anything and everything and them falling in line with it. Trump's notorious for the carrot stick, but never really fulfilling on that. Okay, that being said, let's look at this video real quick. Check this out.
Right now, Republicans are expected to hold on to a key House seat after a special election that drew national attention. Republican Matt Van Epps has won a special election in Tennessee, filling the seat left vacant by Representative Mark Green. Though the district leans strongly Republican, the race was tight as the Democrat challenger made a surprising push. The race saw a surge in spending, with Van Epps receiving more than $1 million from the Trump-backing super PAC MAGA Incorporated.
So keep in mind they had to essentially had to pour tons and tons and tons of money into this election. They had to have Trump come out and boo his eyes out, and Mike Johnson boo his eyes out about how it's the end of the world if Democrats win. So they really put a big
Right now,
ground game in to kind of to win that. But Republicans, Matt Van Epps defeated Democrat Afton Bain in a closely watched Tennessee special congressional election on Tuesday, staving off a major upset in a race that attracted President Donald Trump's help to avoid a GOP disaster in an overwhelmingly Republican district. But the tight margins of victory in Tennessee's 7th congressional district was a potential warning sign for Republicans less than a year from the 2026 midterm election. Now, I don't particularly care for Chat GPT, but, it does a good job at crunching numbers. So I do appreciate it for that. But why this loss still feels like a win for Democrats? Because it should absolutely feel like a win for Democrats. I mean, Republicans are literally like the ones at the top are freaking out right now. Like they are freaking out. The ones at the bottom, the ones who are voters, they don't know what's going on. Huge overperformance versus baseline. Bain lost by only 9 percentage points, which is a single digits, 54 to 45%, a dramatic narrowing compared to last year's results when the district backed Donald Trump by 22 points. Strongest Democratic results in decades. Historically, the 7th district in Tennessee, has been solidly Republican, and no Democrat has carried it in over 40 years. The close margins marks the best Democratic showing in the district in the 21st century. Keep that in mind. 21st century. Signal of shifting sentiment. Even in a safe ruby red district, the swing towards Democrats, despite steep structural disadvantages, suggests growing dissatisfaction or on openness among voters. God, that's a tongue twister. Especially around issues like affordability, the centerpiece of Bain's campaign. Also, the centerpiece of socialist campaigns, by the way. So keep that in mind. Socialism. I'm always going to tell you, love my socialist brothers and sisters. So just to let you know, Democrats, that's a good news. That's a good news. Keep your heads up. Don't let the nihilism get you. I'm out.